Jane on Chennai Live 104.8 FM. We're on the show today. We have a very interesting guest, someone who has added a lot of pizzas to your life. And by pizzas, I don't just mean the food, but also style. I think there's a lot of style that the food comes with, substance. If you've gone to Toscana and you've loved it, well, that's because, Vipin Sachdev, the MD of Toscana Kryps Restaurants Private Limited, has always strived to maintain the best in terms of the food quality, and of course the colors inside the restaurant splashed all around. You just feel at home when you go to Toscana or when you go to Kryps or any of the subways that he owns. But Vipin, good morning and welcome to Metro Mornings.
Good morning.
All right, so Vipin, tell us about your journey. You said change is the only constant. You've been around for 8 years now, and tell us, where did you start, where are you right now, and where are you going to go?
Well, change came to me as an accident. My wife started with the first subway in Chennai in 2003, and I used to run a very large printing organization and a very sought after printing organization, printing press in India. But one fine day she fell ill, and that time I had some confusion in my mind, and I decided to change because life became pretty boring. And I, by accident, fell into this business of food, and I'm loving it because I meet new people every day. And these are the new people who motivate me to come up with new concepts and new things. Like Subway, when we started from one subway, I opened 12 subways in 2 years. I became the largest subway owner in Asia, largest franchisee owner in Asia. But somewhere in 2008, again, life became pretty boring again. That doing something for somebody else. Subway is an American brand. So I came up with my own brands called Toscana in 2009 and Kryps in 2010 and another Toscana. And now we are franchising and plan to open at least 10 Toscanas by 2015.
Fantastic. And where exactly are you planning to franchise?
All over South India.
Right. That's interesting. So it's going to be even like a Coimbatore.
Yes, in tier 2 cities also. And that's the future market.
Wow, that's fantastic.
They are the markets which have a huge opportunity. Big cities like Chennai, Delhi, Bombay all are saturated.
Right. And what about Chef Willie and your association with him?
Chef Willie is a director in the company and a partner of mine. He runs all the operations, and I run all the back ends, and he does the hard work, and I hardly work and take the credit.
Yeah. Well, he has a big smile. I was
Yes.
in Toscana last week, and he's always around, checking the food, testing it, eating it. You have the sense that, you're constantly on your feet when you have a chef like that, right?
Yeah, he's very meticulous,
Right.
meticulous, and people love him for being that meticulous. The food that he cooks is 100% safe. There is no chance of anything going wrong.
Wow, that's fantastic. But tell us, gluten-free pizzas, you introduced it some time back, but you've relaunched it. Tell us a little bit more about it.
Oh yeah, we launched this gluten-free pizzas that is made with a healthier option of millets called bajra and jowar. And it's safe for people who have that celiac disease. But then sometime later we decided that this millet is a healthier option for every human being, including myself, me being a diabetic. So why don't we tune this a little bit here that it tastes so well that even a normal human being like me or anybody else who does not have a celiac disease would love it because it's a healthier option. So we fine-tuned it, and this January we relaunched it. Today gluten-free is about 30% of our sales in Toscana on chain years and about 22% in Toscana Pizzeria, because the customer profile is different here vis-a-vis there in Toscana on chain years.
Fantastic.
It
I love
tastes
the
good.
Toscana on Chemiers, and it's nice and spacious, and you can really have a nice meal there. But tell us, what has made Toscana a hit concept? I mean, we've had the Domino's and we've had Pizza Hut. We've had fantastic pizza joints opening across the country and in the city as well. What has set Toscana apart? And why do you think it's still, the place everybody wants to go and have pizza at?
The difference is, see, in Chennai we created something new. Initially it was difficult to get the market to our place because people here, their tastes are already adulterated with the pizzas, the American brand of pizzas. And people who have once tasted that, when they come to our place, they won't like our place because their brains have already been corrupted with that is the real pizza. According to me, that is junk food. You're paying $500 for junk food, the American pizzas. So slowly after a few weeks, few months, people realize this is the real thing. It's a healthier option. The taste comes from the meats, the vegetables and the spices and not from the cheese. Whereas in the American pizzas, it's just the cheese. You can see the pizza pure white on the top. It's just the cheese.
And of course the bread is as well very, very thick, right?
I won't ever eat white flour, even if it's given free to me. Tons of it. I won't. It's the most unhealthy stuff, but people eat it. They're not aware of it. Toscana, our restaurant, is the only restaurant chain in India which has pizza bases with 4 pizza bases, which is white flour, which is the most unhealthy. We also sell it because people have it. but I won't have it. Second is wheat, which is a healthier option. The third is multigrain, which is again a healthier option. And final is gluten-free, which is the healthiest option. Gluten-free is safe for diabetics too, where the sugar spikes very slowly up. Vis-a-vis diabetic people will be knowing about it. Vis-a-vis, if you have the classic pizza base, which is white flour, the sugar spikes very fast up.
So instead of going straight up and shooting right through the roof, here's an option where, you know, you slow it down and you have healthy food. At the end of the day, it's all about eating healthy, and Toscana has got it right. But it's still really, really tasty. And that's why people love to go and have your wood-fired pizzas and say hi to Willie once in a while,
Sure.
right? All right, so what about Kryptos? I know that it started as a Greek food restaurant, and I love the food, the moussakas and everything on the buffet. You know, you got to taste quite authentic Greek food. But what happened and what is happening with Kryptos right now?
Kryptos used to be a Greek restaurant. We used to have excellent Greek food and food from Cyprus.
Right.
It was loved and it was doing well. But somehow I always had the feeling that I should have a vegetarian restaurant. I used to be once upon a time a vegetarian for 7 years. And my daughter, who's sitting beside me, Ishika, who's into operations with me, is a vegetarian from last many years. And I always wanted one. And there's this group of friends who would always tell me, why don't you have a 100% vegetarian restaurant? Because we are very orthodox Jains. We would like to go to a place where even the kitchen is vegetarian. And one fine day, this thought came that the only way to increase business in this competitive world is to have a 100% vegetarian restaurant. But then we thought, why open a new one and invest crores in it? Why can't we convert one of our existing ones to that?
All right.
And we chose Kryptos because it was a brand which was doing fairly well. Nothing, I would prefer it would have been doing better. So we converted to Kryptos Vegetarian, where we have today Mediterranean vegetarian cuisine. We have little bit of Chinese, little Indian, Mexican and European.
Wow.
So a family of 6 or 4 or 3 come. Every person has a choice.
And what's the yummiest thing on the menu at the new Kryptos for you?
Oh,
what do you love?
To me, the moussaka.
I love the
Yes,
moussakas that you
moussaka,
served.
the vegetarian one.
But if I'm non-vegetarian, I crave for it. What do I do?
100 meters away is Toscana Pizzeria.
On the other side, an
Yes.
interesting story about how Vipin's wife is involved in the business. That's very interesting. Stay tuned. This is Chennai Live 104.8 FM. Well, the song coming up is one of Vipin's favorite. This is a Ricky Martin track. Live La Vida Loca. Come right back. Lots more coming up on the other side. Stay tuned. Stay happy.